Good morning, everybody. This is Nauza. We'll start in a minute or so. Let's wait for a few more people to join us. Lisa, I'll share my screen and put my screen up. That makes sense? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everybody. This is part of the Hounslow Business Innovate and Grow program. It's a Monday morning. It's dull and gray, so welcome. We'll be talking about a new concept, a circular economy, and how that relates to what we're asking you to do is to develop key partnerships, because you can't do this alone. You can't do most things alone these days, but that's another discussion. Okay. So let me kick off now. So our Fit to Win program, which we are delivering on behalf of Hounslow Council, where are the business models in area? We've done the engagement with procurement. We've done an online bid capability questionnaire with a few of you who have actually answered back and got your reports. We've done the bid skills one, and we are at the coming to the end. We didn't have the opportunity for one-to-one tender advice. We might have it. We've put a proposal forward to Hounslow. Who knows? Hopefully it comes through. Then we'll be able to offer you one-on-one sessions as well. So here we are in the business model, and one of the key areas of the business model is rethinking our supply chains. So what do we mean by that? Okay, so we're all very familiar with the green economy. The green economy, we've been told for many years, most of us do it, waste disposal, living more green, living more clean, recycling, looking at your personal, well-being, mental health, all of that. And I believe it's a lot to do with our personal desires, our capabilities to contribute towards a greener planet and hence a greener economy. From a business a perspective, there's a new concept which has just been accepted by the World Bank as well and by most economies now. It's called the circular economy. It impacts you as a business. It's to do with how you develop your strategy, and if you get it right, well, there is an opportunity for economic growth as well. So we're going to look at that, and along with it, we're going to look at how key partnerships work with that as well. During the partnership session, which will follow in a few minutes, there will be some exercises to do as well. So can I suggest you have some notepads with you, or a few pieces of blank paper will help you to put together your own partnership model to help you to and to enable you to involve yourself with the circular economy. Okay, so key difference: the green economy is a bit more personal, is to enhance well-being. The circular economy is economic growth. It's related more to business. So the linear sort of product flow, we take, we make, we use, and we waste. This is very standard. If you look at if you're recycling at home, as we all do, you'll see the enormous amount of plastic waste which is generated even within a week, even if there's one person in the house. It's extraordinary and it's disgraceful. But hopefully one day we can try to resolve that. But that is the linear economy, linear sort of a product flow. It relates in waste. Most waste ends up on a landfill. Our companies take scarce resources from the environment, design, make product so they can be shipped to clients. Clients use them for a limited sort of time, and it's junked. Plastic, cans, glass is absolutely, they are key areas where we believe we can do a lot better. But how does it impact you as a business? Okay, the circular economy operates a bit differently. So it starts with you or us, me as the user, and then we look at reuse and repair. Can we, if you're in the business, can we suggest that can be just your product or your service goes to reuse and repair. What you're selling, what you're developing, what you're importing, what you're selling on eBay, on Amazon, wherever, or through a shop, can that be reused and repaired? If not, can it be returned and recycled? Okay, so we do see areas where larger companies especially have glass return areas, waste return areas, food recycling as well for sell-by dates. That's becoming it's not a big business, but a big opportunity for people to feed homeless, for people to feed, and for volunteers to feed other people as well. So that is happening as well. So take and make then goes to waste. So it's not a direct relationship between take, make, and waste. There is a host of activities: reuse, repair, return, recycle. And the point is, limit what we take and the waste created while creating value for all. How do we do that? And the way we do that is to looking at somebody else's business model. You've got a business model which you might think will work for yourself, but if you want to participate in the circular economy, then you've got to relate it to somebody else's business model, because hopefully what you're wasting is somebody else's take. And that is the point of the circular economy. So sustainable sourcing, the waste of a fashion brand as an example, recycled plastic, recycled paper, metal, anything that helps to be recycled, repaired, reused as well. And when your outputs become your inputs, when what you are producing comes back to you again, that is utopia. That is basically closing the loop as a circular economy. It's at the moment, it's been very large organizations are doing that very successfully, the ones who are investing in it. But within that supply chain of theirs, there were lots of SMEs, lots of very small businesses who are part of the circular economy. And I'll give you an example now of something you might not have been thought about, how the circular economy works even at a local level. Okay. So here we are. We have a local company called the Pallets Yard. I met Ruth Ann Lynch and her partner Ian many years ago in a Hounslow program. They came to see me at Metro Bank 5-6 years ago. We've become close friends, and I'm still their business advisor. And this is their website. I've urged Ruth Ann to look at how she plays a bigger role in the circular economy, and you can see that as well. It's something like pallets. If you look at recycle and repair, where you can see my cursor, hopefully, and then something extraordinary, DIY sort of. People are using, pallets to build a coffee table. This is an actual shot from a customer site, but that's just an example. But recycle, we buy and supply recyclers, so they have their own recycle and the repair sort of workshop. So this is an actual picture of their Pallets Yard. It's based in Southall. And this is a clear example of a small company turning over close to $500,000 or so, but playing a vital role in the circular economy. A great example. I did invite Ruth Ann to the event, but I think, yes, she's there. So I hope you're happy. I hope you've got a big smile on your face there, Ruth Ann. All right. Okay, great. So that's an example of something. The chat is open. Feel free to give examples of yourself. This is an interactive in a workshop. You'll see from the next few slides, we're going to get into exercise sort of mode. You'll see that I'm going to need your feedback as well, and active sort of participation. So feel free to give more examples as well. And once again, Ruth Ann, great. Congratulations for where you are now. You are a key component. Your business is a key player in the circular economy. All right, here we go. Okay. Right. So we can't, in terms of a summary, so it's the ability to make significant changes how we live, work, and produce in a short sort of a time frame. That graphic looks at it, explains the circular economy in one shot. It's make, use, reuse, repair, recycle. That's basically what we mean by the circle. It's just not going green. It's taking one step further, getting involved in the economy of it rather than just and developing your strategy around it. and it gives you, it might help you to open up new business ideas, new business models. It'll help you save costs because you can recycle, repair. It'll help you access new markets. When it'll help you to create sort of resilience to shocks, whether it's opportunities for Brexit or opportunities after the post-pandemic. You can create some new IP, some new trademarks, some new patents around what you do. A big opportunity is there. A lot of work is being done by the West London Alliance. West London Alliance is a body of the West London local authorities. They are taking the lead in sustainability, and there's a lot of new regulation and compliance being put together as well, which will support the local economy. There's a reason for that as well. West London is the second largest economy in the country after the city. It's bigger than Birmingham and Manchester and Liverpool combined. And it's got a huge opportunity for us to put together, and with our proximity to Heathrow and the supply chain. And a lot of local authorities, one thing I want to tell you is a lot of local authorities, and we work very closely with many of them, they're going local, literally. So for example, Hertfordshire has sort of almost put a trademark to their brand called Keep the Hearts in Hearts. Okay, that's basically it. So go local, campaigns, supply local, ready to supply local. That's every council is coming up with a slogan to go local. So engaging with local businesses to participate in the circular economy, you will develop a more sustainable business model. When I use the word sustainable here, it's not only the green model, it's monetarily. Sustain yourselves on a financial basis for many years. Engage with local businesses, that's absolutely key. But how do you engage with local businesses? You can't do this alone. We don't do this alone. Let me show you how we do it. Okay. So this goes back to the business model, which some of you attended. It's to do with our keys, partnership with a building block. And some of you will recognize this animal. It's the fastest land animal in the world. It's the cheetah. And it's the fastest. And you don't want to be in front of it, ideally. Okay. But it hunts alone. The chase is usually very short. It's limited to 200 meters. That's basically down the road. It can't run beyond that. It gets tired very easily. It can't climb trees, unlike leopards, lions, who can climb trees. It runs away from bigger cats, and it's only got a 50% success rate. Now, if you translate that into a business model, it's not very successful, is it? It's like hit and run, literally. You can't do that in business. We lose a lot of money, especially in marketing and systems. So on the other side, you've got something again in Africa, which is in Africa, in the same area, in the same sort of terrain. We got this group of giant creatures, elephants. And it says here, if you want to go fast, go alone, like the cheetah. If you want to go far, go together. That's a very strong case for developing a partnership. If you want to participate in the local economy, in the circular economy, then you've got to develop a few partnerships. And they are sustainable as well. I mean, if you look at a herd of elephants, they never go thirsty. They always find water. Very few creatures try to attack them. So from a business point of view, you develop a moat or a castle, which you're going to be very happy to be in and be successful. They go long distances. They support each other. What more can I say? From a business point of view, they're a perfect example of a partnership. And this is a slide which relates to our business, to Brandwidth. And we, as you would guess, we are very extremely proud of this one. Having said that, it's taken us 10 to 11 years to build this one slide. So building partnerships is hard work, but extremely profitable. And not only that, some years you might have high revenue, low revenue, less in profit, but building up partnerships, building in collaborations and partnerships will help you sustain yourself. So that is a key reason why, as a business support organization, we've sustained ourselves over 11 years. We are still in business. We are still, thriving. We've seen a lot of competitors, fall away. One man, one woman bands, they can't, compete with our scale, with our partnerships. And we don't win all tenders. We don't win all in business, but we have a very good chance if we go together with a partner. And that is what I'm trying to put across to you. If anything you do, sorry, can I recommend that you partner yourself out of the pandemic? Think about what I'm saying. Grab hold of someone who has, you look at yourself, we'll do that in a minute. Look at yourself, look at the skills you may have or you don't have. Look where areas you need to improve. If you can't improve on those areas, then find somebody who will complement you. Find a trade association, a business partner, even a competitor, even someone bigger than you in that same business. Can you subcontract? Can you partner with them? Open your mind up, partner, collaborate, and you will sustain yourself and go much, much further. Okay. So there's something in the chat I just want to see. That's from Rutan. Many thanks. Okay, Rutan, many thanks for your kind words. If anybody wants to contact Rutan, you've got her details. This webinar is being recorded as well. You have access to the information that you need to contact her. Okay, so what we're going to cover now, this is when you start to sharpen your pens and get your papers ready. We're going to cover how we can identify and develop a key partnership. We're going to look at your business model and their business model and see how that comes together and creates a partnership. Remember, partnership is based on creating value and transfer of value. Do we have something they need? Do they have something we need? And can we make it work? That's really what it is. Can we make it work? And compromise, you might have to agree a lower fee. You might have to agree a lower sort of profit based on a larger scale. So those are areas we need to look at. So what's the rationale? So why we need a partner? Why do we want to partner to sort of access the circular economy and to participate in it? Meet expectations of our customers. Our customers may not be direct to us. They may belong to the partner as well. The partner has access to a group of customers that you want access to. You want to engage with a wider range of customers. You don't have access to them. Do you want to deliver a specific solution? You've done your research. You find that customer base needs, but you may be able to deliver the solution. You may not have the solution. You may not have the money required to market to that sort of a market. So then you need to partner, someone who has that access, someone who can work with you to access that. You need to do something to stay ahead of the competition. This new world we are entering, the post-pandemic world, the post-Brexit world, it is fraught with danger if you stand still. But it has great opportunities if you adapt and move. And that's what I'm going to recommend to you. That's what we've done as a business. We've changed our business model. We've gone online, but not only gone online, we're doing different things. We're talking about things which impact you rather than which we just wanted to do a few years ago. So that is adaptation. And you look at aspects. You might want to increase your price, but you can't do it. You know that a partner, you might feel that a partner has a certain a customer base, high net worth individuals or higher payers who you might want to access. It could be a builder, it could be a a developer. You could be selling anything. You could be selling high fashion, but think about partnering rather than going it alone. And here we are going to talk a bit more about supply chain. This is supply chain fit to be sort of a program. We have key partnerships, marketing. As I said to you, you want to come together to jointly market. You want to enhance your supply chain. You want your supplier to become a key partner, so you are embedded together. There is no opportunity for you to sort of break up and go stand alone, because that will impact both of you. Sometimes partnerships are to come together where you need to integrate, where you don't have the skills, the capability, the other partner has, and say, let's form a loose joint venture and approach this market. Technology partnerships, definitely, whether it's accounting or whether it's a delivery, whether it's logistics. You can look at Uber as a fantastic example of a technology sort of a partnership with map companies and Uber. Financial partnerships as well, where again, you don't have the money to invest, you have the product, but you need someone to come in with you. That's a straightforward sort of a financial one. You could take a loan there as well. Okay, so the key point here is when you're looking at a partnership, look at the value exchange. Don't look at yourself only, please, and say, what can I get out of it? I think the first question you're going to ask is, what can they get out of us? What can they get out of us? What can the partner get out of us, which will make it attractive for them to partner with us? Okay, so we're looking at basically asking key questions. So we're looking at how do you bring two business in models together? So who are our, and the key question to ask, who are our key partners? Who are our key suppliers, key partners? Do we have any partners now? If not, time to get moving and trying to create a few partnerships. Who are our key suppliers? Which key resources are we acquiring from our partners? So which key resources are we going to get from them, and what key activities will they perform for us? That's the sort of a starting point. Okay, so just to recap again, why develop partnerships? I keep on saying about partner yourself out of the sort of pandemic. You might want to optimize your costs, economies of scale, do something bigger, brighter, reduction of risk. Yes, that's a good point as well. It works on the other side as well. If you're looking at accessing a new market, it might be risky for you to go it alone and invest all your money in marketing, new products, new stock, etc. But with a partner who might come into you with you once you've identified and said, let's go together, access this market, share the benefits, you have much more opportunity. You have it could be a joint venture, it could be a buyer-supplier relationship, it could even be strategic partnership between competitors. We have sometimes done business in certain local authorities where we have come together as a consortium with our competitors and said, we're doing this, you do this, the third person does this, and we come together and we support the entire market. And we've done that very successfully. In fact, the program now, Innovate and Grow program in Hounslow, is a good example of 3 business support organizations or competitors coming together to offer a holistic sort of a service, right from people who are in startup mode to established organizations, to people who have no jobs or going or job seekers, to people who are successful. So depending on the size of the organization, depending on different sectors, you might want to participate in different sectors as well. So don't rule that out. Think with an open mind, partner yourself out of the pandemic. A great opportunity for us to do that. Okay, so a break for me and a minute for you. Look outside your business, look in the outside world, the business world, and identify 3 successful strategic partnerships and use the chat facility to submit any answers. So we have a minute. Just put down 3 strategic partnerships which you believe, whether it's during the pandemic or pre-pandemic or post-pandemic, what do you think is working? Large companies, small companies, voluntary, charity sector. Please write down and put down, give me some answers. Any suggestions? Even one suggestion. What is a great partnership? 3 successful partnerships outside of your business, which work. Right, who's going to be the first to put down a name? I can start by saying, I give an example of Uber. Another great partnership. Well, I'm going to wait for you. Come on then. One or 2 answers in the chat in a facility. A great partnership. As an example, okay, Deliveroo. I was just going to say Just Eat, but Deliveroo is a good one. So it partners with restaurants. Each one rely on the other. IKEA. IKEA, who does that? Who do I mean? Amazon, great, great example again. Google Google, partners with ad agencies. Without ad agencies, they won't earn any money. LinkedIn partners with recruitment companies. Hounslow Council, Instagram, yes. Microsoft, absolutely. So these are large. These are strategic, partnerships. I'll give you an example, okay, which you may not, understand or believe. Thank you, Ruth. And yes, Brandon is an example of great partnership too. Okay, let me give an example. I used to work for Xerox, which is, as you know, it's a traditional old copier printer company. It's still around. It's gone into lasers and it's gone into all sorts of things, which is still around, which is great news. 15 to 20 years back, and it's still to an extent there. I'm going to talk about Heathrow. Heathrow in the morning opens up their flight, scheduled flights start at 6 in the morning. They start landing, they start taking off. And Xerox, there used to be a large room, which is now a much smaller room because everything's gone digital. There's still a backup facility is what I've been told. But there used to be a large room for 20, 30 years where we had lots of printers. In the morning, they used to be printing the manifests, the flight manifests, and printing them out and giving them to everybody in the airport, including the pilot, etc. Without those manifests, those planes couldn't take off or land in some cases. So that is a strategic partnership which used to work at a very basic level, but such a key level, such a key sort of a critical sort of level that without each other, without that sort of a partnership, that reliance on Xerox to print those machines, to print those manifests, the flights couldn't take off basically. Is that critical? That is what we mean by strategic one. Okay, so that's just an example of where I did some work as well. Okay, right. So exercise 2. Now we're getting a bit more serious. Okay, so identify a potential strategic partner supplier for your business. Which partnerships are critical to your business? Who are your critical suppliers? Which of our suppliers and partners are sourcing our key resources? Who are buying from us and who are selling to us? They're not buyers and sellers anymore. They are partners in this day and age. Grab hold of them, keep hold of them, and work them hard. What type of partnership would suit your needs? So please write down. Just identify a potential strategic partner. You don't need to put it in chat because we're going to work on this now over the next few slides. Okay, so you've identified a potential one or two, not more than that at this stage. It's got to be strategic. It's just not someone, which is business as usual. It's got to be thinking about, I need this partnership to work, for my business to work and sustain itself. That's the question. That is what we mean by a strategic partnership. Okay, so right, so you've written down your name. Now, what is up down on that same sheet of paper? You've got a name. We're going to try to develop this a bit further. We're in the desired value aspect of the partnership triangle or canvas. What assets do we seek to leverage from a partner, In other words, what is our partner willing to offer us? Have you done your research? Have you talked to them? If not, write down. What do you think they could offer us? What do you think they could offer you? What value is sought for in a partner? We're looking to partner with the local authority. We're looking to partner with the chamber. We're looking to partner with a supplier in China or India or wherever else. You're looking to partner with a logistics firm in Hungary or Poland. What is that partner willing to offer us? What could they give us at this stage? What are you looking to get out of them? What assets do we seek leverage? Do you need money? Do you need marketing? Do you need access to customers? You need an email list as simple as that. You need some tweets, or you need goods at a regular price or a regular time at a regular cost. You need a price confirmation for the next 1 year because you can't afford ups and downs. You're going to partner with a foreign exchange in a company to ensure that happens as well, to hedge your bets. So what is your partner willing to offer us? Okay, so that's the next question to ask you. Exercise 4 is go on the other side. What leverage do we offer our partners? In other words, what does our partner value in us? What could they value? What could you offer? What are you going to offer? If you're just going to pay for something, then it's not necessarily a partnership. But what is that exchange going to be based on? What does our partner value in us? What can we offer? Can you offer great products or services? Can you offer a good price? Can you offer a customer base? I have a customer base. I want to try and see how I can partner with somebody else to maximize it, because they might have a product or service that might be attractive to your customer base. So you might want to expand your range. Have you got a product or service which you can adapt, which you believe can suit the new partner? So it's not only a new product or service, it can be adapting an existing one. So what is the value that you are going to offer? So desired value and the offer is the first two steps. Right, so I've got access to their employees, so we can market our services. Very good. Technology innovation, yes, very good. Besama. Okay, so remember, it's just not your product and service, it's your technology. It could be your platform, it could be your customer reach, it could be you have access to funds which somebody else doesn't, but you don't have the products and services. You've identified something, you want to bring a partnership on board to make it happen. All sorts of different reasons to partner. So what does the partner value in us? Knowing the market and culture, yes, very good. Sama, it's a good example. She is very familiar with the Middle East, and therefore she has that access. And if anybody wants to access that sort of a market, then Samar is the right person to do that and to partner with. Okay, so next question. This is now getting down to brass tacks. Okay, so we looked at the reasons, the value, and the desired value. So what key activities and key resources do we need for a successful partnership? What do we need? So you've got two boxes here. It's basically asking the question, how will we collaborate and we transfer the value? So make that into a simple sort of a question. What are the key activities? So what are the key activities both of us need to do, not just me or not just them. It's not us versus them, it's we now. What are the key activities we need for a successful partnership? What do we need to do jointly? What do we need to do? And what are the key resources? Do we need a new platform? Do we need marketing resource? Do we need to drive content? Do we need to source some new products or services? Do we need to research? Do a bit more research? Do we need to exchange data, deduplicate a database? Simple things like what do we need to do? Do we need to talk to the key people, make a presentation, sell internally? What are your key activities? And the word is, and the emphasis on key, because we don't want a list of 10 things, they'll never get done. So two or three key things and key resources. A past experience is a good example. Bridget said it's you can leverage your experience in the market. That's a good point as well. So key activities, what are you going to do to make this work? And what resources you might need to invest in, or you might need to exchange, or you might need to borrow. So think about this in the context of that key partner you put down in exercise 2, the key partner's name. To make that partnership work, you put down a name, you've exchanged the values, you know what you want from them, you know what you're going to give them. Now, what is it that you're going to do to make it happen? This requires some thinking. What are you going to do together to make it happen? This is an exercise which we are doing on a workshop like this. It's like a business sprint, as we call it. But there's lots more work to be done, but this is a starting point. I would urge you to take these notes and take them a bit further. We have an action plan coming at the end. So just think about what you're doing now. It's practical. It's practical, helping you to develop a partnership with the person or the company name that you've put together. You've decided. Okay, so hopefully you've written down a few key activities. What are we going to do? How are we going to deliver it? And key resources, what are we going to need? People, money, platform, resource, a database, market research, new products, new services. What do we need? Okay. Right. All partnerships are successful when you achieve expected outcomes. So we're not coming together to look nice. We will do that. You will have their brand on your website. They will have your brand on their website. You're a partnership, but you got to make it work. So the transfer activities make it work. And this final bit of the jigsaw, as it were, is what is the result? What do you expect from the partnership? Return on investment. Creating a partnership is an investment. It might be a physical investment. It might be a financial investment. It might be a time investment. It might be a people investment. What do you expect out of it? Even if it's obvious things like more sales, put it down, because that is quantifiable. Because then you can say how much more sales. I'm selling 100 now. With the partnership, I would like to sell 150 or 200. Or I'm selling in this territory now. I would like to be able to attain market share in that particular sort of territory. Or I'm selling this product now, I want to adapt it, and I want to be able to sell my new product with and 100 more of that. Expected outcomes. So outcomes can also be qualitative, apart from the quantitative ones that I've just mentioned in terms of money, market share, actual products and services. Quality, you could have a better brand awareness. I want to create awareness within a market of my products and my services, and hopefully then I can build the funnel to sell. It might be awareness you want to create in the first 6 months, and then sell in the second half of the year. So put down those outcomes. It's important because when you approach a partnership, you're going to talk about outcomes. I want to talk to you about how I can help you and us sell more, make more money, share resources, share finances, share revenue, and share in profits. When I say share, it doesn't have to be 50% share. It can be 80-20. You can keep 80% and give away 20%. Depends on where you are and what your need is. For a particular sort of a product, you might have to give away more, but it doesn't always have to be giving away more than you need. So partnership works on the premise that both of you need each other, and they will have some outcomes. They will have some ROI as well, and that's when it gets very interesting. Okay. So you've got your expected outcomes. Very important to put an outcome of what you're going to do. So the transfer activities are the outputs, and the created value is the outcome. It is useful to put this together on a sheet of paper. It can be as simple as a page of an email. We have been awarded contracts worth many tens of thousands of pounds based on an email. Yes, based on an email, a lengthy email saying you do this, 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 we'll do this, 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 and we need this to happen, and please start. Submit your invoice, purchase order is on its way. In other cases, we've had in a lot of cases, we had 40-page contracts, which, oh God, let's just sign it. Okay, I mean, sometimes we do, sometimes we read it, and we find some things which are not good for us. So we go back as well. So that's the point of an agreement. Depending on how complex it is, depending on the scale of the business involved, it should be put together on a piece of paper. And you can get lots of these templates on the internet, whether it's 1 page or 10 pages, or just send an email and agree something that you're going to do something, if it's a simple agreement. but it's got to cover key areas like the services, terms of the agreement, percentage of the profit, method of billing, duration of the agreement. It can be, let's try this for 6 months, or let's try this for 1 year, see how it works, or let's try this in a particular market, learn from it, and then go wider. Okay, so there's a bit of flexibility there as well. So you're looking at how so this graphic here shows how your business model, you're feeding into the partnership canvas, and you're looking at engaging with their business model. The two business models have to talk to each other, otherwise you won't have a partnership. Okay, so it's important you put this down on a piece of paper. And in terms of the circular economy, what areas you can look at? We talk about in a supply chain, looking at distribution channels, facilities. Can you share facilities? Waste, is your waste going to be reused, or is it going to the waste dump? If it's going to be reused, that is the circular economy. The emissions, if you're running a factory, energy levels, can you sort of literally plug into low cost, high cost, depending on the time of usage? I read an article recently that a lot of hybrid cars are going to, the technology is going to improve to such a degree that in the next few years, if you've got an electric car, and if it's fully charged during the day and it's not being used in the day for any reason, that car is going to be selling that energy back to the grid, and taking energy at night and selling it back to the grid in the day when it's not being used. Extraordinary. That's coming up in the next couple of years. Okay, so that's energy usage. Shared operations, putting them in, coming together, transforming something, adapting something, co-creation. I have this idea, you have this idea, let's get together. Parts, exchanging parts, recycling materials. We talked about the pallets yard, and infrastructure as well, whether it's building a road or it's building a kitchen. Can you work with somebody in this? Can you work locally as well? Bring in local people to help you build your own infrastructure. There's a lot of stuff on the web. In particular, we are a long-term member of Board of Innovation, and if anybody's interested, there's a 50-page PDF on the circular economy. It's great stuff to read and great stuff to draw on. You'll get a lot of information, a lot of help there as well. So if you do anything at the end of this workshop, apart from your partnership, go and visit the site. It's called the Board of Innovation, and you just have to enter your details. It's free to download, and you won't get spam. You get a once a month email. Okay, so key partners, a summary. Identify the business challenge. Conduct your market research on the partner before approaching them. See what their values are. See what you can get out of them. Look at the reasons for partnering. Put it on a canvas. Answer those 6 questions. Answer those 6 main questions. What are you going to get from them? What are you going to give them? What are you going to do? And how you're going to track it. It's actually 4 questions after you identify who is your key partner. Shortlist your partners. Good point. Don't go for the first one. You might have 2 or 3 people you're talking to. Shortlist them. I want to partner with these 3 people in order of sort of priority. You might get across to one of them. You might not get across to the other. Somebody might not take your phone calls. It happens to all of us. So shortlist at least 3 partners. Think about when you approach a partner, it's like approaching a major customer sale. Don't underestimate it. Don't trivialize it, which I'm sure you won't do. But my point is, approach it from a strategic point of view. What have I got to offer that they can use and make money from? Vice versa. How are we going to do it, and how are we going to make money? 4 questions. Okay. Prototyping. Do a trial. Let's try this for 3 months. Let's try this on a project. Let's try this on a particular product or service. Let's try this across a time or a geography. So test your partnership, experiment. Things change, things don't work, change them. Both partners will be aware of things which don't work, and refine and then launch. And ask yourself these questions: what are key partners, our key suppliers? So it's not only your customers, it's your key suppliers as well. You want to collaborate with them, you want to tie them in. Okay. Right. So a fresh page, top 3 action plan with your partner approach. partnership approach, circular economy. You want to play local, you want to build local, you want to make local, you want to grow local. What are your top 3 actions? So on a fresh sheet of paper, put down your top 3 actions. And I'll be happy on the chat if you can even just put up one of them. What are you going to do, which is so important to developing a key partnership? What are you going to do next? So I'm going to give you a minute to write this down, please. Okay, anybody in chat wants to put one key action, which might hopefully get the others working as well. What are you going to do that's going to make a difference? Who's going to do it? Is it you or somebody else in your team, or you're going to get a partner to do it? I would guess most of these actions will be done by yourself initially. And by when? Are you going to do it by the end of today, next week, next month, the next 3 months? Beyond that, it won't get done. It'll be forgotten, pushed aside. If you want to take, developing a partnership, seriously, you got to put together a few actions to make it happen. So anybody wants to put up an action point in chat, we'll be happy, please, to share your experience and share what you've learned here today. Okay, you all want to keep your actions very secret. That's up to you. I hope you're writing it down, and I hope you're making a note of what we did today. This is meant to be a practical, session, helping you to develop key partnerships and get your show on the road. Let's see if we have an answer. Okay, so Gautam says research and shortlist potential partnerships. Great answer. Great first step. If you're looking at either launching a new business, or you're launching a new product or service, or an existing one, you're launching an you're looking to adapt an existing product or service, then you need to research and shortlist. That's a great first step. I hope, Gautam, you've got a date to it. Ideally end of next month as an example. Then you've got August, which is very quiet. So from Brijesh, we've got create a short list. Okay, so you've got the experience. Brijesh is a bit more experienced, so he's going to create a short list. He's going to approach them within the next 3 months. I would say step 2 is making sure your value proposition is right, making sure that you have a strong reason to approach them, where they will find it hard to at least refuse you the first meeting, first sort of discussion. I can tell you from our experience, we are getting success. Even we are predominantly based, and we do our business in West London and Hertfordshire. We are getting success with people based in the Midlands, in Birmingham as well. We're talking to local authorities. We're talking to local chambers. And the reason is, if you go to people in any sort of a territory where you can deliver. So remember those 3 or 4 lenses. Do they want it? So I'm saying yes, they want it. Can we deliver it? Yes, we can deliver it. Can we make money? Yes. And can we adapt? Can we compete? Yes. If you can look at those 4 lenses we talked about during the Canvas session, apply that to the partnership Canvas. They want it? Yes. Do they want what we do? Yes. Can we deliver it? So we are getting success. We're getting success by getting through. People are responding to us saying, yes, I know you can do it. We're looking at funding. Approach us again in 3 months' time. A few years ago, people were saying, no, we can't do it. But this technology world has changed. The remote work from home, etc., has changed things a bit. It's helped us. It'll help you as well. People are receptive to good ideas, which will help them. And I mean this, which will help them overcome post-pandemic challenges, post-Brexit challenges, and convert them to opportunities. Okay. So Ruth Ann Lynch wants to approach Ealing Council for an introduction to key personnel, local business area that could potentially surprise palace. Great idea. Okay, thank you for that. So here we are at the end of the circular economy and development key partnerships. We have one more session, which is next Monday at the same time. And this is quite a unique one. This a lot of you would not have been through in the past. So I've got one slide on that. I hope you've attended these. If you haven't, and I'll ask Lisa to put this on the chat now, you've missed some great webinars. I'm not saying just so because I've delivered one or two of them. What you've missed the sort of bid skills one, the fit to bid launch, but no worries. If you hadn't known of them or you couldn't attend them for your own work priorities and schedule, every one of these is available. It's been recorded and available on the Hounslow Chamber website. Lisa's going to put it on the chat now if she hasn't already. But if you can't find the chat later on, all you got to type in Hounslow Chamber YouTube and you get all the workshops. Okay. Right. So presenting to win. What's this about? What we've done, if you look at the fit to bid ones here, we've taken you through the process. We've looked at your business model. We've helped you design your product and your services. We've sort of trained you and helped you with your bid skills. We've looked at the circular economy, developing key partnerships, how to develop local business connections, and then you've got an opportunity to present. You might have been shortlisted as a result of your bid, or you've sent some emails out or made a few phone calls or friends or some contacts. You've done some networking, and suddenly you've said, okay, you've got an opportunity saying, okay, can you join me on this Teams or Zoom in a webinar where you have to present to me and my team, right? So you've got butterflies. You've never done this before. So Jez is going to show you how to do that. Okay, and he's a master at it. He is absolutely an extraordinary experienced person in this field. He's a DJ. He's worked in the banking field, and he also is an opera singer. He sings when he gets an opportunity, he sings at Carnegie Hall in New York. So we are privileged to have him. He's a great friend of our business. He charges 1,500, 2,000 pounds a session in the city. He charges us a lot less, so we can pass it on to you. So he's here for an hour on next Monday at 10 o'clock. Don't put it in your diary. You will have links to join the webinar, and please do so as well. The links will be going on again by Hounslow Chamber. If you want a link to attend this, send me an email. I will send you the link as well. But I will be sending out links to all attendees to attend the next one. Okay, so let me just see what's in the chat. There you are, presenting to win. Thank you, Lisa. That's the link. Click on it now so it opens up in your browser, and you can register for the event after this webinar shuts down in a few minutes. So any more questions? Okay, so we've now come to the end of it. I would urge you to attend, Jez's one. It's very unique, and it'll help you to tie it all and put it all together. So we've got a few minutes left. Thank you for attending. Happy to answer any questions, anything in the chat. And if I can be of any assistance in any way, personally, you got my email address. Feel free to email me. I will help you to understand your business a bit better and sort of to participate in the local economy and engage with Hounslow Council as well. Thank you, Magdalena. Thank you, Pooja, for your kind words. And Tanika, thank you all. And wait for my email for the next session, or just click on the link which Lisa has put across for next week's one. Hopefully we can get a few more. Thank you, Ruth Ann. Hopefully we can get a few more one-to-ones, but this is something which we're waiting for. Thank you, Elsa. We are waiting for the council to come back. We put a proposal forward for a few more one-to-ones. Let's see what comes out. I think there's a need to it to help you to get across to tie it. So that would be amazing. Great. I'm going to quote you, Magdalena, and say you said you need a one-to-one. Great stuff. again, go to the website, Board of Innovation, and there's a lot of stuff there if you're interested in the circular economy, and that'll be good if you can understand what I mean, there's reports there which will help you to understand in a lot more detail. I've covered the basics in terms of what you need to do. Basics sometimes are good enough, especially at an SME level. Just think about partnering. Partnering will help you develop and get involved with the local economy. Think about partnering, okay? Thank you, Sama. Great. Okay, don't need any more questions. Lisa, if we want to close now, I think it's done. We don't have any more questions. So thank you very much, Lisa, for your help as well.